I don't like pot pies that's made in a dish with biscuit dough as the topping, so I've been working on finding a pie dough recipe that's very easy to put together and delicious at the same time. Welcome to the Bear Pantry Show. If you're looking for authentic Belizean recipes, then you're in the right place. My name is Barbara and this is Cooking Made Simple. Let's set the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got a little bit of oil in my skillet, and this is the meat that we're going to use. This is some chicken that Jada seasoned earlier. And it's some boneless, skinless thighs, but they're cut too big, so we're going to cut them smaller for the pie, okay? Now let's make the dough. This is a simple dough that I've been trying lately. 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 stick of butter that I'm going to cut into small cubes, but you can use a grater and use the cheese side, the big side of the grater, and grate the butter into the flour, okay? If that's easier for you. So I've cut it on 2 different sides, and now this is the last side. And this is going to give me some small little bitty pieces. And what I'm going to do is just kind of pinch it into the flour to cut it in. And I have a sous chef today. Joe is helping me cut the chicken meat smaller. So you just pinch it in with your fingers. The next ingredient is 1 egg lightly beaten. And then count this, guys. Exactly 2 tablespoons of water. Very simple recipe. A cup and a quarter of flour. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 stick of butter, 1 egg, and 2 tablespoons of water. And here's the graphic, because you guys have been asking. This is a brand new pie dough recipe that I've been using lately for savory pies, because I like how simple it is and how exact it is. So I'm not going to cut off the camera, because I want you guys to see that I didn't put any more liquid. It's coming together nicely. And pretty soon it's going to be time to dump it out onto the countertop, all right? It's feeling very soft in my hand. Okay, so let's dump it out. I'm going to make another batch just like this. So this is the flour, and this is the pan that I'm going to use. I'm going to use 2 like this, so we're going to get 12. So this is called Fraser. Just kind of press it out to smear the butter into the dough even more. Okay, so that's good enough. Let me go ahead and roll it back into a ball. Let me clean off the counter. Wipe it with a wet rag, and then I have to dry it with the dry rag. So all this happens behind the scenes when you guys are not looking. Press it into the shape of a disc, I guess. Let me go get some more flour. Alright, so press it into the shape of a disc. It was just a little bit too sticky just now. Then put it in some parchment. And I'm going to stick this in the fridge for at least 15 minutes. Not the freezer though, the fridge, alright? So now I've buttered and I'm flouring one of the pans. Dump the flour out. And then just scoop this up. And let me put some in here. This is my second tray. And these are not the little mini cupcakes, alright? These are like muffin type pans. And then this is what you do. So if it spills, oh well, it only spills on the countertop. Knock it out. Now these are ready. Now let's go take care of the chicken. So the oven is at 305. It needs to get to 350. I lit it early today because the oven's been acting wonky lately, to where sometimes it will not come up to temperature. It will not go above 340. And I'm telling you guys, if this messes up for Thanksgiving, I don't know what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and give this a stir. Now while that's cooking, it's been 20 minutes already, so let me take care of the dough. I'm going to be using this piece of the pie dough that I made, the first batch, to do the bottoms of the pie. So you could do it this way. Roll it up or roll it on the rolling pin and just kind of drop it in here. But if you rolled it too thin, you might have some trouble with it breaking. When you do this, push the other one through. See, some of them busted, but it's okay. We're going to patch it. And I'm not cutting too hard with the knife, okay? Don't think I'm etching into my pans. So just kind of work it like this. Let me go back. I'm multitasking here. Alright, so this is what I'm doing now. I'm just taking a little piece off, rolling it out individually, and then just drop it in like this. And I think this is way easier for me. Somebody had just suggested that I try it the other way. Okay, so let me add some water to my chicken. I don't want it to burn. It needs some more time to cook. Let me go back to my pie. See, I'm going back and forth, and this is how cooking really works. Sometimes I try to record it to where you just see it in a logical sequence, but actually I'm going back and forth between the things that I'm doing. So that's ready. Let me show you what we're going to put in it, because I don't have any peas and carrots. And we had a perfectly good bag of this mixed vegetables, so that's what's going to happen. Some more water, and then set the timer for 15 minutes because we want this to boil. 15 minutes later, guys, time to add the veggies, and I'm not going to add the whole bag because I don't want every bite to have vegetables. Now let me grab this, some cornstarch, and I'm going to make a cornstarch slurry because that's what's going to thicken it up. I'm tasting first, and it's tasty enough with the way Jada seasoned the chicken. And let me tell you what she put on it: salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, the ricotta, you can replace that for paprika, and a little bit of cayenne. Okay, so put whatever spices you like on the chicken. Here comes the slurry. Okay, so this is getting thick pretty fast. Now I already made my other batch of dough and it's in the fridge, alright, for the tops. Just eyeball it and fill it up with the pie filling. Now Joshua wants me to put a ton of pepper in this one tray, like if it's not hot enough, and I've been having trouble with my throat because I had a sore throat, so I can't hang with this pepper right now, guys. This is the next piece of the dough, and of course you can double the dough. You can double the dough, but I always make my pie doughs like this. I make the bottom separately and the top separately. And you know what? Sometimes you can like roll it a little bit too thin for the bottoms, and then your pie will kind of crumble, so be careful of that, right? I'm using a cookie cutter, the biggest one I have, to get the tops. Just putting them on. Cut around the edge. Okay, so what you do is just reuse the stuff that's on the counter, alright? You just re-roll it. The pie dough is very forgiving, and you'll be able to do that. Just like this, see? Scoop it up. Don't mess with it too much, but just re-knead it, or just like clump it back together like this. Not really kneading, right? Just put it back together and then roll it out again, and then you can get more. So here's this one, the last one. Let me grab a little fork, a shrimp fork, and just kind of seal it together like this on all 12, and then some egg wash. Let me get a little bit of water for this wash. Then just brush it on. The oven is up to temperature. Whee! I'm so glad. You know, this range that I have is a Samsung, and a lot of people ask me about it because it's so beautiful and I keep it clean and stuff. But let me tell you, it's the worst stove. Okay? We bought it brand new 4 years ago, and we fixed it at least 5 times. Of course, I run a whole cooking show off of this, but I shouldn't have to fix it this much. I'm going to set it for 30 minutes, but I already know I probably need over an hour, but I want to come back and check on it then. Now with this leftover, and you really shouldn't have any leftover, I think my bottom pies might be a bit too thin, but with the leftover I'm going to try a pocket type thing. We have some leftover chicken, and I'm going to chop that up and put it with some cheese, and just kind of fold it like this. And then press it with the fork on the ends to seal it up. And then put the egg wash. Well, let me prick the top first, then put the egg wash. And bake it along with the pies, because in the future, I see other recipes coming with this pie dough. I see pizza rolls and ham and cheese and all types of stuff. And let me go ahead and stick this in here so it can bake along with the pies. It's been 30 minutes. Let's see what they're looking like. Yeah, not done, just like I figured. Now this is an hour later. Let me get them out. And you don't want them to cool off too long in the pie trays, but you don't want to touch them too quickly either. And I think I'm being a little bit too hasty. No, Joe's coming because he smells it. Can you see him off to the side? Let me get it out. Ooh, this one's dripping on the bottom. Ooh, yeah. The bottom is a little bit too thin, guys. We'll fix that next time around, right? So you guys can fix it the first time around. Don't make the bottoms too thin. You'll have enough dough, all right? Get them all out so they can cool and I can do my thumbnail. I broke this one up just so we could see the insides. All right, so these are the spicy ones. Joe's already eating 2 of them. For somebody that doesn't like chicken pot pie, he sure grabbed them really quickly. So I think because I was messing with them when they were still too warm, they kind of want to fall apart. But pretty much this is a really good dough to use. So see how this is staying together? And these are the ones that are not so spicy. I'm saying not so spicy because Jada really seasoned the heck out of that chicken. So let me put this over here. I'm not touching this, especially being that I have an itchy throat coming off of a little sore throat thing. Let me cut this one. This is that leftover chicken with the cheese. Hey, that looks pretty good. So we have like a bake, like the stuff that you get at Costco. Hot. Bye. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, guys. My membership is cheap. And you could get the full PDF of everything that I'm making. And I know people don't make pot pies with mixed vegetables, but that's all we had. No wonder Joe eating already. Try this crust. And one with the egg. So good. Thanks for watching. If you're seeing me on Facebook, don't forget to follow and like the page and put me in your watch so that you can know when I upload another video. And if you're seeing me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my uploads. Bye now.